very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and a new edition of Today's Youth. In today's edition, we'll be talking about the holy month of Ramadan. With the approach of Ramadan very soon, we're going to be meeting with young Egyptians who are working in the packaging of Ramadan. And we'll be knowing more about this right after this short break. Practice sunset. The pre-dawn meal before the fast is called the suhoor, while the meal that breaks the fast is the iftar. Considering the high diversity of the global Muslim population, it's impossible to describe typical suhoor or iftar meals. Ramadan packing has become a huge social event that takes part in many areas all over Egypt before and within Ramadan. Under the bonding of social clubs, our guests today, together with many friends and colleagues, are able to provide more than 2,000 packs to needy families in different areas in Egypt like Cairo, Alexandria, Qalyubia, Tanta, and Al-Minya. Packs contain the main items that a family would commonly use during Ramadan: oil, rice, sugar, pasta, tea, tomato paste, in which they are trying to get the most suitable supplier to provide good quality products with the least prices. Welcome back, and we're delighted to be joined today by Dina Taha, Inji Salah, and Menna Nabil. Many thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Right, before starting to talk about your activities or your charity activities, of course, during the month of Ramadan, I would like you first to tell me more about yourself, and we start with you, Dina.
Hi, my name is Dina Taha. I would like to, my life is like my education and extracurricular activities, and that beside my social life and work experience. Regarding education, I'm a graduate from major accounting and minor in economics.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding about activities, I've been engaged in many different activities on
Social
and off.
work.
Yes, on and off campus when I was a student.
Mm-hmm.
And that's beside my work now as an accountant in one of the multinational companies.
Okay. Right, what about you, Angie?
Yeah, well, hello, I'm Engineer Abdel Samia. I've been here since 2 years in Egypt. I've lived all my childhood in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry about my French accent.
No,
And,
it's okay.
okay, well, I have a master's degree in and I'm actually working as a financial accountant.
Okay.
In an international organization.
Mm-hmm. Right, then moving to Menna.
My name is Minna Arafa. I work as an assistant to chair in the accounting department under School of Business, and I studied accounting, and I started social work in 2011.
Mm-hmm. Right, so you've all started social work at an early age?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, and we would like to know more about the packing thing, and when did you start this?
First, I can introduce the whole organization. We're a youth-based
Mm-hmm.
We focus on 3 things: community service, professional development, and international understanding. Our age range is 18 to 30, and we work as part of a big organization.
Mm-hmm.
Ramadan is actually a major month for us.
Yeah.
Right, of course, Ramadan is a major month for all Egyptians,
Yes.
and for, of course, all Muslims around the world. I would like Dina to tell us about what does Ramadan represent to you.
Actually, it represents gathering.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time we got to know more about each other when we gathered as family gathering and friends. Also see each other more than before.
Of
Social
course, Ramadan is
activities
well
and-
known for social gatherings
Yes.
at
Quality
homes,
time.
visiting families, visiting friends, and going out, of course, after iftar or at suhoor time.
And
Yes.
more social solidarity also.
And
I think,
solidarity, of course. Right, Angie, would you tell me what memories do you have for Ramadan when you were young?
Well, mainly family gathering, of course, iftar, the way cooks taste differently. Also, TV. Yes.
Right, and what about you?
I remember the very first day I fasted. It was quite a hard day.
Right, what age were you?
I was 7 years old.
Right.
That was the very first day.
And what other memories do you have?
TV shows, lots of TV shows, family gatherings, the huge food feasts we have.
Right, and what do you generally like to do on iftar in Ramadan?
We usually have iftar at a member's family or at a member's place or a family member place.
Or outside.
Or outside. Actually, we do a lot of club iftar outings
Yes.
together as clubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, and moving on to the social activity in Ramadan, when did you start working or getting engaged in social activities in Ramadan social?
We started ever since we come from different clubs. Under our organization, we have different clubs. We have around 24 clubs in Cairo and 16 clubs in Alex. Every single club has its own rituals and activities that we do every Ramadan, and we start doing them together. Actually, it's not just one club doing each project every year. We do collaborate from time to time.
Yes.
We started it in 2007, ever since we established our clubs, and we work jointly ever since.
Right, would you tell me what other social activities are you engaged in?
Within Ramadan or outside Ramadan?
Within Ramadan.
Within Ramadan, we do the normal Ramadan projects, which are the packing, and then we
Okay.
have suhoor tari, we have iftar tari. We prepare these meals for suhoor. It actually usually has yogurt, cucumber, beans.
Also we
Sugar.
had we had
How do you pick up the contents of the packing?
We try to focus on the nutritional value for meals,
Right.
and then after we finish the packing for the meals, we distribute them among bystanders in the streets. We last year we gave them actually to the gas station workers and beggars in the streets.
Right. Would you tell me how do you get the donations? I mean, how do you get the funding? Is it through donations? You do fundraising? How is it? How is it
Yes,
this process going?
mainly we collect money from neighbors, friends, and that besides fundraising projects. We last year, for example, we organized a football tournament and a race.
And a marathon.
Yes, a marathon, and we announced in the court that 50% actually from the fees will go for donations to for Ramadan bags.
Did you witness any surprises during the collection of donations?
You actually find your foreign friends calling you and telling you, I would like to donate, please give me your bank account, I would like to
Foreign
transfer.
friends from Arab countries, from European countries, from
Various countries,
various
not
countries.
one specific.
Right. I would like to know, how do you pick up your supplier? What is the process by which your supplier?
We mainly target suppliers who can offer the least costs with a good quality. And also we have every year we have plan A and plan B for the suppliers in case if the supplier we already dealt with have any problems with giving us items on time.
And we mainly go in local, we mainly choose local suppliers.
Yes.
We have a supplier. We actually have been working with him 2 years ago. He's very trustworthy. He brings us the food items that we want. We place the order usually 2 weeks, 3 weeks before Ramadan starts. He provides us with the items 2 to 3 days in the packing venue as agreed upon.
Yes.
And then we put the items in stations.
Right.
So that during
So
the
this is
packing,
how you do it yourself,
we do
right?
the packing ourselves.
And why did you choose to do the packing yourself?
It's different because it makes it more of a teamwork thing. You collaborate with members, you bring siblings, family, relatives, acquaintances. differences.
Enjoy the act itself.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
spirit.
exactly.
Yes.
It's
Because
big.
I think you can get it from the supplier already packed.
Yes, but it's a sharing moment, so we prefer to
We like to do it
ourselves.
ourselves,
Yeah.
actually.
Right. And how do you select the people you give the packaging to?
Actually, we distribute last year, for example, in Cairo, Alexandria, Minya, and
This year,
Tanta, I
Tanta.
think, yes, Tanta. And we have a contact person in each area who already have an analysis sheet with all the areas that need or need bags.
Right. Before going into more details, we'll just go for this break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and once again talking about the Ramadan packing, and I would like to know how does the whole process start and end, and tell me who are the people involved, how many are the people in the group who is working on the Ramadan packing.
For this particular project, we're 3 clubs working together. We've been working for a year and a half actually on it. You have the supplier, he brings us the food items that we've ordered 3 weeks ago. He places them in the packing venue, and then he puts them in a station format. We then have members who will be responsible for certain stages and stations. You have volunteers going with empty bags, and they fill the packs. And then you have a task force who make sure that the packs have every item, nothing is missing from the pack.
Yes, we mainly divide tasks on each of us.
Yes, exactly. And then we have a task force who counts how many packs we've reached. Last year we did 2,900 packs. So we had someone who was responsible enough to count them for us.
Right. The final phase is usually, of course, the delivery phase.
Yes.
Right. Tell me more about this phase and how, as we said before, how do you select the donors? Do you have a database, for example, for this?
Yes, we cover the areas that already need bags. We have the list of family members, and actually, as I told you before, it's through the contact person we have in each area.
Right. How do you make sure that there is no duplication in the work? I mean, there are several other projects, other social work organizations or charity work groups working in the same thing. How do you make sure that you don't duplicate the work?
That's exactly why we have key contact persons in every area to make sure that we cover for the family need, and they can tell us, no, this family already got their share, this family needs. So that's why we have a contact person. And usually for the clubs in Alex, we do ask them which areas are covered so that we don't cover the same area more and more.
Yes.
Right, and we have now a caller online. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
I want to ask your guests a question, please.
We do have a caller online, right?
Yes, hello.
Well, can you please raise the voice?
Yes, hello. I want to ask your question, please.
I'm talking to our director. Please raise the voice because we can't hear. Yes, we can't hear.
Can I ask your guests a question, please? Hello?
Can you please raise the voice here in the studio?
Hello?
Yes?
Do you hear me?
Yes, hello, Wael. Go
Can
ahead.
can I ask your guests a question, please?
Yes,
Go ahead.
of course.
I want to ask them if they're working in some sort of development projects, not only donations or helping people in need, like, for example, projects, like, for example, people who are starting a small project or who need some help in starting something. If they do such a thing. And another question, if anyone wants to join them or do help also, what can he or she do?
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who's going to answer?
Can you repeat the question, please?
One of the questions is if anyone wants to join your group.
We are available online and on
Online.
social
Yeah,
media.
social
I think they can contact your program and
I mean, do you
can
have a
give them-
Facebook page
Yes,
or
we do
something?
have. Yes, we do. We have a website, we have a Facebook page,
On
Instagram.
yeah.
Yes, we're on
Twitter
social
also.
media.
Right. Okay. So, and back to our discussion, would you please tell me how do you enjoy the whole event in Ramadan? How do you enjoy charity work in Ramadan?
Well,
It's all about the spirit, and I see it. We have this
Spiritual
spirit, yes.
enhancement.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The bond is irreplaceable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think that any club would have this bond.
You get
as we have
to
it.
meet a lot of people. Actually, during the packing, you find members bringing their siblings, family,
Yes.
neighbors. You actually find parents passing by, encouraging us, providing us with water, because it seems like a workout to us, but we need their support.
Yes, because the place we already are packing in it is in open areas.
Yes.
So
yeah.
you need random people.
So you do the packing in an open area?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But isn't it difficult? I mean, with the hot weather and.
Good deeds for Ramadan that count.
Okay. What other social activities are you engaged in?
We do professional development. We mainly focus on professional development because we care about developing ourselves before we better serve the community. We do a lot of other projects. We actually focus on eradicating illiteracy. We work closely with an orphanage where we go to improve the reading skills for girls. Age range is 8, 9 years old. We actually work on disease prevention awareness campaigns like autism, diabetes. 2 months ago, actually, we launched our diabetes electronic cookbook. It's a cookbook that has recipes for diabetic patients. It was part of our diabetes awareness campaign where we hosted a professor who talked to us about diabetes in general. We do presentation skills, leadership program sessions.
Right, before going into more details about the memories you have during work, I would just like to remind our viewers that we have a Facebook page, Today's Youth Facebook page, if they would like to ask any questions or suggestions. Right, and back to, I'm sure you meet a lot of special incidences or you have certain memories during this kind of charity work or social work. Would you tell me some of it?
The best of them is getting to know different people. You actually get to work with different characters and personalities. You find someone who's very stressed and someone who's very calm and someone who's angry all the time. You get to meet lots of people.
Right. How can we keep such a spirit going on, and how can we invite more youth into engaging in such charity work, not only Ramadan, I mean throughout the whole year?
The word of mouth works very good with our organization. I was told by a friend of mine, Dina was told by a friend, it's all about the word of mouth. We keep inviting friends, family, relatives, acquaintances, and it keeps going that way.
Yes.
Right. You also work, I think, outside Egypt internationally for charity
we
work?
work internationally.
Right. Would you tell me more about this part?
2 years ago, we did the Ramadan around the world. We contacted countries that celebrate Ramadan, and they actually shared with us the different traditions and celebrations they do for Ramadan. It was a very insightful project to do. You find actually international clubs doing the same idea for Ramadan, but sending the packs to institutes that are in need. So they don't technically celebrate Ramadan, or they don't do the packs for the cause of Ramadan, but they do the same idea in their countries. So you promote for your project and you reach more people.
Right. Other than Ramadan, what other charity work are you engaged in throughout the year, of course, in Egypt or outside Egypt, in Cairo or outside Cairo?
Actually, in Cairo, we had visits to elderly institutions.
Orphanage also.
Yes, and
to
Orphanage.
orphanages? Okay, right. Would you tell me more about your work in orphanages?
Yesterday, for example, we've met an disabled children organization, and
Disabled,
we go
right?
yes, and we go to Children Museum, Suzanne Mubarak Children Museum.
Okay.
Just to make them an entertaining day and a fun day. So we always during all over the year we have this kind of activity.
Actually, the first time I met Anji, it was part of the heritage program. We were reviving the old Cairo and heritage, and I met her for the first time there.
Exactly.
Right. Would you tell me?
It's one of our main projects this year, to get people more involved about
Touristic
heritage
sites
and touristic sites.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're trying to make cultural events in older Egypt,
Yes.
just to get to
What
feel
kind
more,
of cultural events do you
yeah, for example, we invite a teller, a tale teller, and talking with children of the area and explaining stories about the history related to the historical sites. So this is the kind of work
We
we
get
do.
to share historical events with other clubs. We get to do recipes for their traditional dishes, and we share it with them, and they do the same as well.
Yes.
We get to learn a few languages in their a few words in their language, and they do the same as well.
Right. So, what are your plans for the near future? I mean, for Ramadan, do you have any other plans other than the packing? And what are your plans after Ramadan?
During Ramadan, we usually do our own projects together, and then we have other organizations. We actually share with other organizations. We collaborate together. If they're doing Mawa'id Rahman, if they're
Iftar
distributing Iftar Tariq at metro stations, we do this as well.
Right. So, and how? And I mean, how are you able to distribute your time between charity work, which I think is taking a lot of your time, and your actual work or studies and so on?
That's what makes us leaders of the future. We try to impose this part. We have our working hours during the day, and then the rest of the day is more or less about project handling, logistics, learning how to manage a project,
Yes.
meetings. We sit together and plan accordingly what's the future plans for our project.
It's kind of a lifestyle. If you want to find time to do something extra,
You will be
then,
able,
yeah,
of course.
you will
Of
find
course,
the
you
time.
can manage your time.
Yeah,
Right,
We try.
Dina Taha, Angie Salah, and Minna Nabil, I thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I wish you, of course, all the best in your charity work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, with this we wrap up this edition of Today's Youth. Don't forget to join us next Saturday, same time.